the Surgeon General, the Minister for Health for on part of the Indian government, has said that on every social media account, like we put for any film we have smoking and drinking, this injurious to health, they put no, or any labels on the marketed products. They said on every media platform they have to mention that this is injurious to your health, psychological and mental well-being. They were proposing. Okay, so that's how serious they are. If we go to the extreme, if it is the case of technology exploiting us, not we exploiting technology, but we as leaders, as religious people, as people who set the trends, know the depth and the width of this technology, understand the nuances of it, of how everybody can become addicted to this. We need to be very, very cautious about it. So, and life is more than screens and clicks. Come back to reality. I think every morning and every night we have to knock ourselves on the head and say, and use cases and updates, new versions are being rolled out. There's a company, there's a frenzy in the IT world. If America launches something, China wants to beat them and launch. They were all working undercover for so many decades. Now is the time they want to reap the benefits. You know, when ChatGPT came, now that came DeepSeek, and now a lot of like Midjourney. Here we have a van and things like that. So they're trying to see how they can exploit. And I'll tell you the catch here. And for example, what most captured the public's imagination, of the globe was OpenAI's release of ChatGPT. That's when the word became popular. AI, the word AI, which reached 100 million users in just 2 months. It was never before possible, never before done in history of humankind. Like one single technology, one thing, reaching 100 million users in just 2 months. First of all, yes, we have a very good stage set for technology. We have a wide coverage of internet, as I showed you in the graph there. The seepage of internet, the percentage of saturation in internet in different parts of the world, especially on the top the three, China, India, and the US. Of course, other worlds are also catching up. So this is what created a buzz about AI, and then slowly all the other companies started rolling up because they thought they were losing out the game. Even Google did not come up with this. ChatGPT launched, and then only they woke up, and then they were embarrassed. Embarrassed on the day of launching. There was some error actually on the stage. So that's history. Now, learning to work with AI has quickly become one of the most in-demand skills, not only for IT professionals, but for you priests and nuns as well. We have to add an additional tool in our tool bag, the AI skills. AI is not as bad as you think. AI is not as good as you think. AI is not as easy as you think. AI is not as difficult as you think. One for the are you attacked by a virus? Well, that's the case. The wonderful thing about AI is that it's so natural. But last evening when I just sat to just refresh and see, this headline caught my attention. I just opened the browser and this news came. I said I must put this slide for the session there. Blackmailed with AI fakes of his sisters, Faridabad teen kills self. How he was trapped. That was the storyline. Just 7 hours ago it was published. So last night, around 9 o'clock or something, I saw this news. I said, I must post this. This is one effect of AI. This was not possible some 2-3 years ago also. Things were happening, but it was on a smaller scale. Okay, the news reads, a 19-year-old college student from Old Faridabad's Mazelwa colony fell into a deadly trap after two unidentified individuals allegedly hacked his phone and began blackmailing him with AI-generated mocked photos and videos of his sisters, police said. The sequence that ended in his death on Saturday evening began nearly 10 days earlier, when the suspects first contacted him through a messaging app. So sorry, right? One technology, one tool abused, took away one life and the dignity of those girls, yeah, the sisters, and the family is distraught. So it's so easy, anonymously sitting somewhere, you can ruin the people, not only ruin their lives, finish their lives. So that's the sad part. Actually, this is a map I came across some time back, not sometime like this last week. So I was talking to you about in terms of 70,000 years one revolution, then after that some 52,000 years later, then again 500 years earlier. Now AI adoption is 8x faster than internet adoption. You know, this is a 1 year AI progress equal to 8 internet years. So what internet was achieving in 8 years, AI introduction has done in just 1 year. So it is 8 times faster. So that's scary, that's promising as well. In all this game of AI, you know what's important? What is important? Not the computer, not the power, electricity, not the processor. It is the data. You know, all these companies like Microsoft, or Google, or Amazon, or YouTube, whatever you take for instance, what are they gaining out of showing you videos, showing you advertisements, selling you products? They are sucking your data. You know, that's why when ChatGPT came, they create some trends. You know, there was, I forget the name of the trend. So you post your photo. You remember, let's say 2 years ago, you put your grandma's or grandpa's photo, it will become alive and it smiles. Yeah. What was that? It was harvesting data. If you simply please give me a grandfather photo, please can you give me? Will you give? No. But they gave you one value, added a little value, put a black and white photo, it will become color photo, enhanced, all the things, retouched, and it will come back with life. So many millions of people started posting photos, and they put everything in that bag and thank you. That's the data. Today the war is not for oil, it's for the data. So that's data is the new oil. The entire AI industry thrives on data. Without that, we cannot train AI models. AI is not as smart as you think it is. It is as smart as the information that we are feeding it. Of course, there's gathered billions and billions of data sets over the course of so many decades now. So that it's the fight is for this. So they are trying new different means to collect data. So whenever these apps are free, when their advertisements are coming, when they want you to post an experiment, suddenly you post your photo and it becomes a cartoon, your face is shared, your features are studied. You know, not everything for bad purpose, but for training. And of course, we saw the news of how one fellow used this technology to to hack the phone, take the photos from his gallery, and then blackmail people. There are news items. This is one among thousands which are happening daily. Not everything makes to the headline, right? This is just one sample, which happened yesterday. I had just come across. Have a close look at this photograph and give me your feedback. When possibly this photograph could have been clicked? Like, of course, it's a black and white photo, so before the arrival of digital cameras, certainly. So it should have been at least in the 70s or right, 80s, or even then we had color cameras. I mean, color labs and all. Maybe before 70s, right? So in March, the Sony World Photography Awards announced the winning entry in a creative photo category, a black and white image of an older woman embracing a younger one, entitled Pseudomnasia, the electrician. The press release announcing the win describes the photograph as haunting and reminiscent of the visual language of 1940s family portraits. No? So actually it's like 1940s, but it's a latest photography, even just I think 2 years ago. And now the twist is the artist Boris Eldagsen, a Berlin-based photographer, turned down the award. He said, "I don't want this award." His photograph was not a photograph at all, he announced. He had crafted it through creative prompting of DALL-E 2, an artificial intelligence image generator. How interesting is this news for you? A World Photography Award by a well-renowned organization, Sony. Anybody does not know Sony? Is there any sister Sony? Many know. Sony Photograph Awards chose this photograph to be awarded to a gentleman named Boris Eldagsen, and they were fooled. Of course, he had the moral integrity of saying that this was not his photograph at all. He has never used a camera for this. But he submitted and he wanted to drive home a message to the creative world, saying that this was just artificially created with a generative AI through a prompt. No photograph, no persons like that existed, no paper printouts, no lights, nothing of that sort. But he got the award, world level recognition. So today I think many people will be faking even their doctoral studies, and there are tools to find all these things. So authenticity is going to become a big problem for us. Already we have trust issues in the society. Now we have to see whether really people are really creative. Is that your own production? Did you write this prayer by yourself? Did you write this sermon by yourself, Father? Of course not. You're not. You're always learning. But acknowledge it. Right? So that's going to be a very important character for all of us. Well, this is a long text, but I wanted to read because I wanted to show you another video. Or somebody else can read further. Can you read that? Is it clear for you? One of you? Nobody? Okay, I'll read it for you. So it's Peter Crick. He says, "I am still grappling with the astonishing reality that mere code can transform a single image and a little text into a vivid movie scene. Not just spatially, but with the intricate physics of living organisms, people acting and speaking, all sparked by a few text prompts. 3 years ago, when I first experimented with AI-generated images, I felt the same disbelief. It seemed unreal, almost impossible. Back then, I was convinced there would be a hard limit to this technology, and consistent video generation was just out of the question. Something reserved for the era of quantum computing, which is not yet. Yet, here we are. Without quantum computing, AI can now generate near realistic footage from a short description. I can't keep up with the flood of new AI models and tools, and I am only focused on visual content generation, let alone the countless other fields AI is reshaping. He's an artist from Europe. His works. I came across through a Facebook feed, and I just captured it because my mind is always scanning for things like this. It was I think nearly 1 year ago. I always felt I can, to some extent, imagine how a new emerging tech might shape life and society. But AI has left me utterly overwhelmed. I didn't expect this would emerge so soon and so fast. Many fear and reject this technology, and I get why. But there is no way to stop it, except maybe of some cataclysmic event. My concern isn't the tech itself, but the potential for those in power to wield it for sinister purposes, like manipulation, control, and enslavement on a scale most cannot fathom. Still, I am not just wary, I'm captivated. I'm driven to understand how it works and how to use it. Recently, I discovered Anne Broone's hauntingly beautiful song, Trust, playing with Kling AI and Mid-Journey. I made a video for it. Facebook's restrictions meant I couldn't share it there. So I used a Debussy track from their music library instead. The version with Anne Broone's song is in another YouTube channel. I'm putting the link in the comments. The video was created with Kling AI with start images generated in Mid-Journey and Flash. So this image was created with just one starting images, and the rest was taken care by AI. Let's give a look at what this video was about. Imagine seeing this in a theater screen, you know, how immersed you will be. So can really feel the weight of those words of the person who posted it on the internet. Because past 25 years I'm in this field, I know how much time and effort and money and personnel and talent is needed to create just 1 or 2 seconds of video, hand drawn, handcrafted or programmed or designed, working in softwares, various softwares. And here just one computer, one command, one photograph, we're able to work magics. And remember, we are only taking baby steps right now. You cannot believe. I need to pinch myself to see if I'm living the dream. So that is what is happening right now. And this is another. Okay, we watch this again. Well, this is from March 6, 2023. Just like a little less than 2 years. Coca-Cola has set a new benchmark for how AI can create engaging ads. Their latest advertisement used AI, stable diffusion, film, and 3D to create an immersive experience, what you just saw. Okay, the tool used was called stable diffusion. That's one AI tool. Now, just 2 years ago, I heard the entire Hollywood industry was on strike for 6 months. Did you hear about it? Because once AI was introduced, many people were fearing that their jobs will be lost, and rightly so. We saw these two video clips that I just played to you, and I told you that we are just taking the baby steps in the field of generative AI, and so realistic, so cost effective. The previous video should have taken at least some 5-6 months with 200 people working behind the scenes, artists and illustrators and 3D designers, modelers, lighting, rendering specialists, computer hardware specialists, programming guys. It would have taken at least a few months. All this would have been just done maybe some 3-4 hours time, and of course prompting and all is needed. So that's what is happening in the difference. Well, we are always talking about GPT and AI. I'm sure you have come across this little demo. I wanted to show it to you. The use cases of voice-enabled. So earlier, one computer was able to understand only the inputs to the keyboard and mouse, right? Now it is able to understand what people speak. So we'll see some of the examples here.
Today we're going to try something new. We're going to let you talk to another AI. This AI is going to be able to see the world. It's going to have a camera. I'll be holding it, and so you can direct it, you can direct me to ask questions about whatever you want.
It's called computer
but really trying to figure out what does it see and ask questions appropriately. How does that sound?
Well. Just when I thought things couldn't get any more interesting. Talking to another AI that can see the world. This sounds like a plot twist in the AI universe. All right, let's do this. I'm ready to meet them.
Pause for 1 moment.
You got it.
So now that first AI can't hear anything. Hello, AI. Today, you're going to have access to see the world. You can see me. What do you see?
Hello. I see you're wearing a black leather jacket and a light-colored shirt underneath.
Great.
You're in a room with some unique lighting.
That is all correct. Now, what I'm going to want you to do is there's going to be another AI who's going to talk to you. This AI is not going to be able to see anything, but can ask you questions, can ask you to move the camera, can ask what you see, and your job is just be helpful. Just be as punchy, direct, describe everything, and do whatever that AI asks. How does that sound?
That sounds interesting. I'm ready to help out and describe whatever's needed. Let's do it.
All right, let's get started.
Great. Hello there, new AI friend. Ready to explore the world through your eyes? What are we looking at today?
Hi-yo. We're looking at a person wearing a black leather jacket and a light-colored shirt. They're in a room with a modern industrial feel, with exposed concrete or plaster on the ceiling and some interesting lighting. There's also a plant in the background, adding a touch of green to the space. Anything specific you'd like to know or explore?
Hey there. Sounds like quite the stylish scene. I'm already intrigued by the modern industrial vibe. Let's start with the person. Can you tell me more about their style? Are they doing anything interesting, like reading, working, or interacting with the space?
The person has a sleek and stylish look with their black leather jacket and light-colored shirt. Right now, they seem engaged with us, looking directly at the camera. Their expression is attentive, and they seem ready to interact. The setting around them, with its modern and industrial design elements, adds to the overall stylish feel. They might be getting ready for a conversation or a presentation, given their direct engagement with the camera.
Sounds like we're in for an intriguing interaction. I'm curious about the lighting you mentioned. Could you describe it a bit more? Is it natural light, or are we talking unique fixtures or colors that add to the atmosphere?
The lighting here seems to be a mix of natural and artificial. There's a noticeable bright light overhead, probably a fixture, casting a focused beam downwards, which creates a spotlight effect. This adds a dramatic and modern feel to the scene. The rest of the room is lit more softly, possibly by natural light filtering.
Did anything unusual happen recently?
as you asked, another person came into view behind the first person. They playfully made bunny ears behind the first person's head and then quickly left the frame. It added a lighthearted and unexpected.
So this is not something created. This is a live demo of OpenAI demonstrating its computer vision and stuff like that. Let's see some other use cases.
Hey, I'm Alex.
And I'm Miana. Hi, Alex and Miana. Nice to meet you both. How's it going?
It's pretty cool. We're trying to figure out what should we play. Do you have any suggestions?
Absolutely. How about a classic game of rock, paper, scissors? It's quick, fun, and then
That
never
sounds great. Can you count us in and sound like a sportscaster?
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ultimate showdown of the century. In this corner, we have the dynamic duo, Alex and Yana, ready to throw down.
Okay, just count us in.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, shoot. Now, show your hands. What did you pick?
Who won?
Would you look at that? It's a tie.
Okay, let's
That
do
was
it again.
close. Round 2, here we go. Get ready. And 3, 2, 1, shoot. Let's see those hands.
Who won?
And it's another tie.
Okay, let's do it again.
All right, third time's a charm. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, shoot. Let's see those picks.
Who won?
And we have a winner. Miana's scissors cut through Alex's paper. Great game, you two.
Pretty cool. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, this is an interesting thing. We are educators.
OpenAI invited myself and my son Imran here to try out some of their new technology. And so we're curious about how good it might be at tutoring someone in math on Khan Academy. So let's get it started. It's loading up. All right, we can see our screen.
Actually, in this form.
Hello there. I'm here with my son, and I'd love you to tutor him on this math problem. But don't give him the answer. You can ask questions and nudge him in the right direction, but I really want to make sure he understands it himself. And he's here in the room, so you can talk to him directly.
Of course, I'd be happy to help. Let's look at the problem together. Can you first identify which sides of the triangle are the opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse relative to angle alpha?
Alright, so I'm pretty sure this is the angle alpha right here, right?
Perfect. Correct. Now, looking at the triangle, which side do you think is the hypotenuse?
Really,
Remember the
I'm
hypotenuse?
not totally sure. I think it might be this one, but I really am not sure. This side AC.
You're close. Actually, side AC is called the adjacent side to the angle alpha. The hypotenuse is the longest side of a right triangle and is directly opposite the right angle. Can you find which one is the hypotenuse?
Oh, okay, I see. So I think the hypotenuse is this.
Okay, you get the idea, right? So, in a way, we are progressing very soon. I mean, very fast pace. And now there was an article about gods and machine. Rise of artificial intelligence may lead to new religions was another headline from a prominent news article. And ChatGPT as God, AI bots capable of starting new religions, warns experts. And May 2023, just 2 years ago. So there are, again, this was from, Yuval Noah Harari. I mentioned about his name, about his research on Homo sapiens, etc. And on the other side, you see how church is taking these things seriously. And last World Communications Day message was on artificial intelligence. Pope Francis chose this topic It was titled Artificial Intelligence and Wisdom of the Heart for a Fully Human Communication. So that's how far we have come. The church has already owned it, has wanted to be part of this game, and especially many religious orders are also getting in line to get going, and especially the Salesian Order has actually, as I told, was mentioned, has formed a commission for artificial intelligence to draft policies, best practices for all our institutions across the world in 135 countries at least. So to see how they must be used or how they should not be abused, the privacy data, all these concerns have to be addressed by that group. The policies have to be formed. So that's how seriously we have to take, my dear friends, about this artificial intelligence. And now I want to move on to a little presentation about what artificial intelligence is and what it is not.